Gentlemen, both of you have won titles for the Cavaliers, the Celtics, in your storied NBA histories. I'm not sure either one of you, though, had a game that went down like what we saw last night. If you missed it, we'll show you exactly what we're talking about. It was a Celtics collapse in Cleveland on Tuesday night, and it was a star-studded affair. Jayson Tatum, of course, Darius Garland. Remember, no Donovan Mitchell in this one. The Kelsey brothers, they showed up to cheer on Cleveland.
Ohio boys.
Individual.
Cleveland hurts.
We're going to pick this up in the fourth quarter, friends, because the Celtics, they were up big in this one. Jayson Tatum gets his own miss, gets that one to go. So at this point in the game, the Boston Celtics had a 99.9% chance to win, up 93-71. The Celtics were 364-0 in these situations. Not quite, Chiney. Here, the final seconds. Jayson Tatum going to work. Darius Garland guarding him. Tatum couldn't get the shot, but he would be called for a foul here. The Cavaliers, they would challenge this and review it. Eventually, the call would be overturned. You can see Cavs fans looking concerned in the stands because see how Jayson Tatum kicks out his right leg there? That's what the referees were keying in on. So the call was overturned upon review. The Cavs get the win, 105-104. Wade had 23 points, 8 rebounds. Tatum had 26 points, 13 rebounds in this one. Here's Jaylen Brown, who was not happy after the game.
I think turnovers, intentionality. I think we weren't very intentional offensively. They were a physical team, but we didn't match their physicality. And, we took some, ill-advised shots and we turned the ball over more than usual, and that led to our demise.
All right, so take a look at the output from Boston in the fourth quarter last night. The Celtics, they went 0 of 8 from deep. They scored to 17 points, which is the fewest in the final frame for them this season. Jayson Tatum, he missed 8 of his 9 shots in the quarter, while Jaylen Brown, he didn't even attempt a single field goal in this one. Richard's kind of shrugging in indifference. They say it's a make-or-miss league, right? And the numbers, they back that up for Boston. In wins, they shoot 40% from deep, a number that would lead the league. But here's the thing. In their 13 losses, that number drops all the way down to 32%, which would be last in the NBA. But did you guys hear that? Did you hear that?
No, what?
Perk, I heard you spied something.
I'm Kendrick Perkins, better known as Big Perk, and nothing gets past me.
Freeze!
Just when you thought it did get past me, there I am. I spy a problem. I spy it all. Carry the hell on. What's good? It's no happy Wednesday or did you miss me? This is a serious matter, okay? The playoffs have started, and I spy a problem with, quote-unquote, the favorites to win it all in the Boston Celtics, okay? They have not been clutch this season. We're talking about going into the postseason. They are 1-11 on potential game-time or go-ahead shots in final 10 seconds of the fourth quarter or OT. That is horrible. Now, I hate to point the finger at one player, but I have to single out Jayson Tatum because he is the best player on this team. He is the guy that is getting MVP type nods in the conversation. Here goes the turnaround. Do I think he could have got a better shot? Absolutely. Here go another same scenario, right? Late game situation, another fade. Going over the same shoulder. Turnaround shots. Here go again. Last night, same thing. Darius Garland playing some exceptional defense. Another fade away. Like, the guy's 6'10". I understand you're not going to be able to get downhill, but here's numbers, right? I'm backing up with numbers. In 2021, 2022, he ranked 37 out of 47. He shot 37% from the field for us in the clutch. This is Jayson Tatum. In 22-23, he was 50th out of 57. In 2023, this year in 2024, he's 25th out of 25, 32.6%. If the Celtics are trying to go to the promised land and complete the mission, Jayson Tatum has to be better in the clutch.
Here's the thing. Their clutch numbers as a team this season, they're fine. They're actually pretty good this season as a team. It's just Jayson Tatum the last 3 years, and when it comes down to the playoffs, you kind of are only as good as your best player is, and that's where the concern lies for the Boston Celtics. How concerned are you on a scale of 1 to Perk?
1 to Perk. I'm probably maybe 2 degrees below Perk. I am not completely satisfied with what I saw. Now, I like to put into context that this is a team that in their last 20 games are 16-4.
Yep.
This is a team that we just celebrated how they handled the Warriors and said, hey, they're ready to avenge the 2 years past. And then now they go into Cleveland and they let their guard down.
Yeah.
Period. And I looked at this fourth quarter, and typically this is a team that is not in that position. They win by the largest average margin in the NBA. They win by 11 points per game. Usually they're resting their guys, which is their long-term, success, meaning that when they made it to the finals, they were tired. Their guys weren't there. But in clutch time, you do need that best player to show up. And when your best player is giving you 1 for 9 and your second best player is not getting a field goal, you have a problem. You need, I was watching, it just seemed very casual. They played up, all right, they were able to answer in every quarter these runs that the Cavs made. But when it mattered most, we had Kristaps Porzingis go for a nice little tough bucket, but you're looking at JB, you're looking at JT, and you're trying to create these moments where not these team wins, but where these guys have confidence to say, when I'm going up against the best, I can handle my business, and we have yet to see that.
Look, so I called the Dallas game, I called the Golden State Warriors game, and look, they look like I know they look like one of the best teams that I had seen in a very long time.
Right.
The way their offense was flowing, the way their defense, the way the roles were defined, their bench depth, their starters were playing well. It looked like they were perfect. This was a terrible 9 minutes for them, right? This was the worst 9 minutes of the season. That being said, when you look at them late game, you're going to play against great teams in the postseason, and you have to be elite late game. It's that last 5 minutes. It's that last 2 minutes. And for me, yes, when you put those shots together of Jayson Tatum and some of those shots, that might, because you don't really practice, okay, what are we going to do late game? A lot of times they put that ball in his hands, and those are the shots he's settling for. I think there is a level of growth that you need to get from Jayson Tatum. He's got to get better quality shots. He's got to put himself in a better position than to shoot these turnaround fadeaways until you start knocking them down. If you start knocking them down, nobody's going to say anything. But when you're low on that list of making shots, then we got to switch up the shots that we're getting.
I think it's a combination of both. It's Jayson Tatum and Joe Mazzulla, right? Joe Mazzulla got to put him in position that he actually could get quality looks at the basket, right? And I get it. Those situations are hard, Richie, and you talk about how you can't really practice and prepare for that. And that's why you want Jayson Tatum, or we want Jayson Tatum, to take that leap, right, of being clutch in those moments. But when I think about the Celtics, I'm really not that damn concerned about their loss. The Celtics has done an excellent job of establishing an identity on their home floor. Right? So they're going to get home court advantage throughout the postseason, right? And they have made that a very uncomfortable place to play in far as you walking into that garden, and that's what it should be.
Right, but let me ask you this, Chiney. If the Celtics somehow, some way, won every single game for the rest of the regular season, let's just say they did. They win every single game for the rest of the regular season. Does that make you more confident in them as title contenders, or is it kind of all just the same?
No, it does. It does, because a lot of their weaknesses, they're eliminating them and they're making them their strengths. By having the best record, they're putting themselves in the best position to, win, period, when it comes to the NBA Finals. Also, late in game, they have issues, but guess what? They also had issues when it came to their stamina last time they were there. Now they're winning by the greatest margin. So, there is progress in the overall team schematics, but we want this progress from Jayson Tatum, because we are ready. All of us here at this desk are ready to say this guy can be MVP. Perk, I know you say you want to go best player, best team for your MVP vote, but moments like yesterday where he could have helped deliver, that is what certifies them, and I think that's the confidence that we want them to build if they are truly going to be what you see on the screen, NBA title favorites.
No, I agree. And look, let me ask y'all this question. When it comes down to what we're witnessing with the Celtics and how they had that run, right, where they was beating everybody, beating the brakes off of everyone.
We were worried you were going to take off the belt again.
I know, but not today. Not today.
Or tomorrow, or next week.
Never.
Don't y'all start, okay? Here's the thing, right? You need those type of games. If you want those type of games, if you're the Boston Celtics, right? In the regular season, you want that type of practice and repetition.
That game might have been the best thing for them and the worst thing for the rest of the league. They were playing, Outstanding basketball, best in the league. Everybody's taking a step back this last week being like, man, these boys are a problem. Then they go and they have an ultimate letdown. Up by 20, no Donovan Mitchell, on the road.
Yep.
We got this. We're cruising. We're on cruise control. And all of a sudden, the brakes fall off and everything goes crazy.
Right.
So for me, if you're that team, they're pissed off now.
Yeah.
They are furious. They are pissed off. They are coming with a different level, a different focus. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this could be something that can relaunch kind of their focus in a quick moment.
The most dangerous thing for the rest of the league, that's really interesting to think about. It wasn't just, though, that their brakes stopped working. It's that Dean Wade came in with a pair of pliers and said, okay, snip. Because take a look, for the Cavs in the fourth quarter, he outscored the Celtics 20-17 by himself. He shot 7 of 7 from the field, including 5 of 5 on three-pointers, becoming the first Cav to go 7 or 7 or better in a fourth quarter since the play-by-play was first tracked. That was back in 96-97. So Wade also made the game winner with 19 seconds left, a putback dunk to become the third player in the last 25 seasons to go 7 or 7 or better in the fourth quarter while making the game winner in the final 20 seconds.
Jeez.
He's the first since, remember this, Jimmy Butler, 2018 for Philly against the Nets. Jimmy made all 7 of his shots in the fourth, including the game-winning 3 in the final seconds of the game. The Sixers trailed by 13 entering the final period.
Wish they could still have them. I bet they wish they could still have them.
The Lakers, Richard, trailed the Mavs by 27 entering the fourth before Kobe Bryant exploded for 21 points on 8 of 8 shooting in the quarter.